Hello guys, so as you can see on the screen, this is our OLED display fully connected to our ESP32. In this video, our major aim is just how you can interface your OLED display with the ESP32 in order for it to display text, images, graphics, whatever you think you can pull up on the screen. It all depends on what you're designing, but one thing is getting this OLED to work is really an issue, and that is the reason for this video. This OLED display, as you can see, they have variation of them. This is 1.3 inch, we have 0.96, we have a bigger one as well, 3.1. We have bigger ones than that, but what you have to know is this is 1.3 inch and a lot can be done, and the process will be explained right now in the next phase of this video. What we'll be talking about today is how you can interface your ESP32 with an OLED display. For this video I'm doing right now is because a subscriber asked me to do so. He has been having issues with his OLED display. He's unable to interface both. He keeps uploading the code, but it doesn't display. So basically, we're going to talk a little about these screen sizes and other things because of this video tutorial. But basically, I just want to put out there how you can do the proper wiring, because one thing about this OLED display, once it is not wired correctly, the right libraries are not in place, nothing on earth will make it display anything. So it is easier to interface them with Arduino even, because Arduino is way easier. The libraries are way easier compared to ESP32 or NodeMCU 8266. Any of this board works perfectly. Whichever one you lay your hands on is fine. But today we're going to be focusing on the ESP32. So right now, let's just move over to the requirement. So for the requirements, we're going to be needing an ESP32 dev board, which you're already seeing on the screen, and we'll be needing an I2C OLED display. Basically, as you can see, this I2C technology gives us the ability to use just two wires basically to pass signals. Here is your ground, VCC, serial clock, serial data. Now all this screen needs is just these four cables, two for power, two for data transmission. Now these are the two basic components we need for this tutorial to go on. Third on our list is our jumper wires, because in order for us to connect these two devices, the OLED display and the ESP32, we need jumper wires. This is where these jumper wires come into play. So right now, let's do a step-by-step connection of the OLED to the ESP32. So first, on our screen is the connection of ground from our OLED display to our ESP32. As you can see, this is very clear and bold. I make sure this image is a high definition image with high resolution so that you can see clearly. This is GND on the board, and this is GND on the OLED display. Now let's move to VCC connection, which is the positive power. Now this is the VCC. I believe if you're watching this video, there's really no need for this explanation. We just need to run through it because you should understand the basic connection of power to every device before you can even attempt this video in the first place. But nevertheless, we're still going to do it. Like I said, it's a step by step. So now we'll go for the serial clock. Now the serial clock is connected to D21, which is the SCL on this dev board. Now the SD is D22 on this dev board. So let's do that connection right away. Now SD has been connected to our D22 on this dev board, and this is the entire connection you need to be able to send text or images, graphics to this OLED display via ESP32 module we have here. Now this module we have here has the ability to communicate wirelessly. There's a wireless connection attached to it. There's the Bluetooth as well, but that will be in the later video. What we're just trying to do here is how we can get these to send information to this ESP, sending information to what the OLED display, for us to have a visual representation of what we are trying to do here. So basically, this is the entire connection you need. This video you can pause step by step to do your connection and verify it, because if you get it wrong, no matter how perfect the code is, it will still not work. And again, one thing you have to note is that never you connect this VCC to VIN, because the moment you pass in 5 volts into this dev board, 5 volts will go straight to this OLED display, and there is a converter behind, a voltage regulator, which at funny most times it's meant to bring the voltage from 5 volt or whatever voltage you are passing to it from 5 to 3.3, but most times it just end up damaging the OLED display. You discard this entire OLED display not knowing what is bad in it. It's just few cents, but you need a technical know-how to even know what that is in the first place. But nevertheless, always, whether you're using Arduino, what I'm saying this is for those who will be using this with Arduino in the future, always connect this power VCC of this OLED to what 3.3 volts. This is because this OLED display is able to power itself from 3 volts to 5 volts. But for security reasons, in order for you not to damage this board, always power it with a 3.3 volts. We have 3.3 volt also in all your Arduino dev board, so this is not an issue. But if you are using an external power to power all this, you can use a step down to regulate these voltages. So that is for that. Now let's move straight on to the code upload via our IDE. So guys, right now what we need to do is pass code from our OLED display straight on to from our ESP32 rather to our OLED display. Now basically this is a sketch on the screen, but I would like us to use libraries, basic libraries from our examples. So, but before then, I need to explain something. Let me just open an example we're going to be using. So I'll use that to explain it. Let's go with this. So guys, this is a new one. I'm just going to explain the basic libraries you need for this. Now this SPI we don't really need. Now these three are something you have to install. You have to install this library, wire.h, Adafruit GFS, and Adafruit SSD 1306. Now in order for you to install a library, what you need to do is just click on this. It brings up the library panel. You can just copy Adafruit GFX, paste here. As long as you're having a network connection on your system, you can see it. There are different Adafruit libraries here. This is the one I'm talking about here. It has been installed, that's why it's showing remove. So you can see this one showing install. It's showing install. For this, you do the same thing, copy, paste here, and the system will detect that same library as you can see it here. I've already installed it. In your case, you just hit install. Once it is installed, you go to the same thing for wire, copy wire, and you install wire. Already installed. As you can see, there are different types that comes up when you click on, when you search wire, but I already installed this. So what you need to do next is go to your tools, go to ESP32 dev board. This is the one you select. Once you select this, you move on to selecting the COM port. Now as you can see, we have 3 COM ports here. In your own case, you can search for the COM port that is attached to your ESP32. You select them. Then what you do next is what? You hit the upload, and once the code is uploaded, your device will come up working fine. Whatever query you send to it to display on the screen right away. So this is basically how you can interface and display test to what your OLED display from your ESP32. So guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and also hit the notification button so that when next I upload another video, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you once more for watching. Have a lovely day.